All right, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Good Game Sports Podcast. And today we are going to start looking at the NFL season as well as kind of recap a couple of the college football games from week one.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
Start off with the college games. We had a couple, us being from North Carolina, we had a couple games that were pretty important in the state of North Carolina. Which one you want to talk about first?
We'll talk about yours first since it's the one that's actually relevant.
So, me being an NC State fan, go Pack, we traveled to Greenville to play ECU. And we won because they missed the PAT and then field goal as time expired. Now, a win is a win, no matter the circumstances, we still won. But we were supposed to win that game. I think the line had us at like 11 and a half or 12. So winning by 1 point against the ECU team is not very. It does not inspire a lot of confidence in me as a state fan moving forward. But then again, every team has their good days, every team has their bad days. And ECU has historically played really good against us in Greenville. So us squeaking out of there with a win might be the only way we can win in Greenville.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll talk about UNC's game now. So UNC traveled up to Boone to play App State this past week. Um, and they roll in there, get off to a rough start. They were down, I think, 14 at the end of the first quarter. Or I think at the end of the first half, actually, they come back, score 21 unanswered points to take a nice little 28-21 lead. Um, then I was at work, so I wasn't really watching it, but I was getting score updates, and we start pulling away a little bit. And in the fourth quarter, we let App State score 40 points. We scored 20 in the fourth, but we let them score 40 points. But anyways, near the end of the game, uh, the Tar Heels are up 7 points. We just let App State just run straight down the field, score a touchdown. They kicked a PAT. Now it's a tie game. We get the ball back. We score. There's like 4 minutes left. We're up seven again. They run down the field again, uh, and they score a touchdown. And at this point, there's like, I think, 2 minutes left in the game, something like that, maybe less. And they decide to go for two, and they don't get the 2 point conversion, did not convert it. So then they kick an onside kick. All UNC has to do at this point is just catch the ball, kneel, and the game is over. But no, they
UNC
just
plowed
they,
every single one of their return unit. Have you seen they play, right?
of course I've seen it.
It
Yeah,
looked like a Madden
UNC.
pancake glitch. It was hilarious. Every one of their receiving team members got completely laid out, and the guy just waltzed in the end zone like nobody else was
Yeah,
there.
UNC laid out the entire kicking unit, waltzes in for a touchdown, uh, kicks the extra point. Uh, no, at that point we went for two because we were up seven already. So we went for two to try to make a two-score game. Didn't get the 2 point. So then it was App State was getting the ball back. They run right back down the field and they score a touchdown and they need a 2 point conversion to tie. So I guess we were up by eight at that point. I guess we kicked the
Hmm.
extra point. But anyways, they needed a 2 point to tie and they don't get it again. Time runs out. Game over. UNC wins 63 to 61. I wish I had taken the over in that game. I did not bet on that one. I went pretty cold in week one of college football, betting wise.
Oof. I
I
actually would
bet,
have predicted. I would have actually predicted to take the over in that game because from what I saw in week one, Chapel Hill does not have a defense.
yeah, actually, UNC is ranked there in week one. Their offense was ranked sixth in the FBS,
Hmm.
and their defense was ranked 117th.
So I think there's
I mean,
126 teams. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 117 out of
I
126 is kind of rough.
yeah,
You want to
but
know who did
sixth in
not have a
offense was
top?
pretty good.
You want to know who did not have a top 10 offense this week?
NC State.
That was okay. number 0, Demi Sumekombo or something like that. Forgive me for mispronouncing his name. He looked amazing. Like, he reminded me a lot of, being a Seahawks fan, Marshawn Lynch running in his prime, or even like a little bit of Derrick Henry, where he would not be tackled. But you take away a couple of good runs, NC State had probably one of the most that was probably the biggest letdown of any red zone offense I've ever seen. We had 3 drives stall
Mm,
out in their 10-yard line, within their 10-yard line.
yeah.
2 of them on the 1-yard line. So, boys gotta pack it up, head
Yeah.
back
Well,
home, and get ready for this week, because we're playing Charleston Southern. If we don't beat them by like at least 30, it's gonna be a failure.
well, in terms of like big storylines in college football this week, we had Old Dominion go in and beat Virginia Tech.
Woo! No. Again, I think this
Wow.
happened last year. I think this happened last year.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So we already have our big upset so far. We had Carter with the coldest take in sports history, saying that Georgia was going to cover this, or Oregon was going to cover the spread against Georgia. Oregon gets mollywopped 49-3.
Did he do it? Did he do it? Oh, that was close. Mike Trout just about hit a home run.
Mm.
Sorry about that.
And then Alabama, of course, steamrolled. Notre Dame and Ohio State was a tight one. I thought Notre Dame might pull it off for a second, but with that game, it's like you're either pulling for Ohio State not to win and Notre Dame to lose. Like you don't want either of those teams to come out with a win there.
I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for Notre Dame in that game.
Interesting.
And Otani flat out. Okay. Well, there goes the 1-2 punch for the Angels. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back outs. RIP. But my game of the week, I think, honestly, was probably LSU versus Florida State.
I took LSU to cover there. I lost $108 on that game, so
Whoo!
I'm just a
Ouch.
little salty about that one.
LSU. There were two things I want to talk about in that game. First of all, the last drive to go down there, march on the field, and potentially tie the game, of course, with the missed extra point after, or the blocked extra point afterwards. That was not my favorite play from that game. College football has been kind of getting all. The refs have been kind of getting trigger happy a little recently about targeting calls. There was a targeting call during that game that was like a textbook, hey, this is targeting. Did you
The
see it?
definition of targeting.
The
Yeah.
definition of targeting. And he tried to sell it off as it wasn't targeting. Like, the
I
player,
mean,
he had to have known after that he was going to get thrown.
yeah. Well, the only other big storyline is the Iowa South Dakota State game
Yeah, what in the
where the
world?
final
7-3
score,
with 2 safeties.
yeah, 7-3, 2 field goals, 2 safeties was all the points scored in that game. I bet the underbetters are happy in that one,
Oh yeah,
even
well I'm
though
sure.
I could never bet the under in any sporting event ever. It just goes against my moral code. But
Really?
if you bet the under in that game, good for you. Good job. Yeah, like what are you rooting for the punter? Like
Hey, Pat
no, you want to
McAfee
see some
showing out.
football. You want to see some football. You want to see scores. You want to see
Yeah.
touchdowns. You want to see big plays. You don't want to see three and outs, punts, drives ending with no points.
I mean, if you're a
Nobody
defensive
wants to
guru
see
and you
that.
love watching defense, then sure. I mean, I guess that's your ball game, but no, it's really not.
Well,
It's not my
yeah,
cup of tea either.
if you're a boring if you're a boring person, yeah, but you got to be
Ooh,
really boring
shots
to
fired.
root for that.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Anyways,
I wanna direct this to back to the NFL for the start of Week 1, which is going to be awesome because we have not had any NFL football since February, and it's been long overdue, and I cannot wait. Even though my team is kind of in a different sort of situation than we have been in many
Yeah.
years past. But I want to start off with in the NFL talk with something I saw on it was a tweet that I saw. And this is purely speculation off of this, but Odell Beckham Jr. tweeted a thing about the opening night game of the Bills and Rams. Basically, what I got from the tweet was he made it sound like he's going to try to sign with whatever team wins that game.
Interesting.
Which Odell Beckham at this point, I don't think he's a receiver one, especially not on the Bills or Rams because you have Cooper Kupp and then you have Stephon Diggs. He would be probably a receiver 3 on the Rams and maybe receiver 3, potentially 2 on the Bills. But he doesn't
Yeah.
have that star receiver number 1 gig like he had back in New York when he made that catch. And so I thought that was interesting that he's kind of waiting for that game to sign.
Shoot. Well, that kind of sucks. I'm just
R.I.P.
all over the
Preston
place.
Cameron.
Yep. Camera went down there.
There we go. Preston, your
There
camera
we
had a
go.
little too much to drink, my guy. Can't even stand up anymore.
Camera wasn't the
Shame.
only one.
Oh my
All
lord,
right,
of
so
course.
are we gonna do something where we pick underdogs by the money line and see who can rack up the most
You said
plus?
underdogs by money line. I'm gonna have to turn my Angels game off here now, I guess.
Yeah.
Darn. Actually, no, I can just use my phone. Look at me being all dandy. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta find a good.
I must be technologically disadvantaged or something or challenged because I spent way too long this morning looking at ways to fix my mic system, and I even called IT for IT tech support for Xbox, and it didn't work. I eventually got it when I got back
Dang.
home. So hopefully the IT issues for now are solved. All right.
Dang,
So
I gotta choose who my underdog is gonna be this week.
are we doing one
There's not a
underdog?
lot of good underdogs to choose.
Are we doing one underdog or
Let's
two
do
underdogs? Or like how is it
let's
up?
do
I want
one
to
a
do
week. One a
one
week.
a week.
Yeah. So you gotta be spot on with your predictions. There's not a lot of good upset games here.
You go ahead and go first.
All right. Oh, I got it. Never mind. I got it. Easy dub this week. Cleveland Browns plus 105 to beat the Carolina Panthers. That's the one this week.
Dang
There we
it.
go, baby. That's
You
my
know,
underdog. Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
I'm using DraftKings, by the way. That's what I'm going
You're
off of.
using DraftKings. Oh, I always use FanDuel. You know what? I'm gonna continue to use FanDuel.
All right, we'll just even it out somehow. We'll figure it out. Anyways, who's your underdog?
Give me a second. Sports betting. It's probably gonna kick me out before I can even get in here.
Hmm,
Yeah, of
maybe you should
course. Well, you're also
stop
in New
trying to do
York.
illegal activities.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you're in a
stop trying
state
to do
where it's
illegal activities.
legal. I can't do it. I
Yeah.
wish. I need to go ahead and just
All
make
right.
that legal. I'm gonna send in a petition to like the governor to make this legal.
Yeah, because when I get back down there to North Carolina, I want to still be able to sports gamble. So,
Exactly.
anyways,
And it's such a big
anyways, I'll
college
re.
basketball town. Let me see. You know what?
You could take your Seahawks. They're underdogs.
Absolutely not.
Plus 240 against the Denver Broncos.
You know, I'm gonna go to CBS. CBS probably has the just about where I need it. Actually, no, I'm going back to it. FanDuel odds. Because I trust them.
There's a few tasty ones on here.
I know, and I was looking at it now. There was one more that I saw that was pretty intriguing. Steelers will not
I
win.
see one
Ooh.
that's
Okay, I have two that I'm trying to decide, but oh wait, hold up. Does it say the Patriots are underdogs in Miami?
yeah, they are. They sure
No?
are.
Am I really gonna do
Ends
that
up,
though?
baby. I
I'm
mean,
really
you
gonna
can
do
try to
that.
do that. I mean, you'll be 0-1, but
All
I
right, so
mean,
you wanna
go
hear my?
for it if you want.
Here's the ones I'm considering. I might just be a Lions fanboy at this point because I think the Lions have a shot at beating Philly in Philly. Or no, that's in
Interesting.
Detroit.
So are
It's
you
in
going?
Detroit. It's in Detroit. They're plus 3.5.
So is that who
Are
you're
do
going
are
with?
we doing money line to just win the game or to
We're
cover?
doing we're doing
Money
money
line to
line, money
win.
line.
Money line underdog to
Yeah,
win.
we're going upsets.
So it's either
We're going upsets, baby.
Lions, Patriots. I mean, I could do the Browns, but that's the easy way out. That's the easy upset to pick. Um, Raiders are underdogs at Chargers.
That was one that I was looking at.
Yeah, I'm seeing Patriots, Lions, and how good do we think the Washington Commanders are going to be?
I think they're going to be great. They have a new quarterback, rookie quarterback, Sam Howell, an absolute stud. You know, he's going to go in there. He was the highest rated rookie quarterback or the highest rated quarterback in preseason. So, I mean, I know it's just preseason, but he looked good.
You think they're going to start him over Carson Wentz? No.
It doesn't matter. Carson Wentz going to be out of there in like 3 games.
That's probably true. All right. I feel like my safest pick on those three is probably the Patriots, but I hate betting on the Patriots. It like hurts my soul.
All right.
So I'm not
So
doing
you're going
that.
Patriots.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. All right.
You know what? I believe, baby. Lions plus 3.5 against the Eagles.
All right. So Lions are. Let me find them. Let me find the line.
I'm showing Lions as plus three and a
Plus
half.
plus 165. Plus 165 for the money line. All right.
Mine's 166. But yes. Are you actually going to bet on your underdog pick since you can do that?
Uh, I might. I mean, that seems like free money to me. Cleveland
And
Browns,
Cleveland Browns
going into Charlotte.
going into Charlotte. I think. Ooh, wait, hold up. They got a question mark at quarterback. Who are they starting?
The Browns.
Are they starting Jacoby Brissett?
Um, I think so.
Oh, go Pack, baby. Yep, Browns win.
I still think no matter who they start at quarterback, they're winning that game.
Myles Garrett is going to terrorize Baker Mayfield beyond all like reasonable doubts. All
Yeah,
right,
the
so
other,
there was our
the,
underdog pick. Who is your sure lock to win this week?
all right, my lock to win. Um, I'm going Indianapolis Colts at Houston. Houston might be the worst team in the league this year. Indianapolis is minus 320 money line. I don't
Mm-hmm.
see I don't see Indy losing that game.
All
So it's
right,
probably gonna be
mine.
my pick 'em for the week.
Your pick 'em of the week.
Are we
Okay,
gonna do a pick
mine.
'em?
Are we
Do we
doing
want
pick
to do
'em?
pick 'em do we want to do pick 'em and underdog or just one or the other?
What do you mean, like one lock pick, and then like is pick 'em like a lock?
Yeah, I guess we could do both. Yeah, pick 'em. The way pick 'em works is you pick one team a week, but that's the only time you can pick 'em. They're locked after you pick 'em, so you can't pick 'em again.
Ooh.
So you got to be strategic with who you pick which week.
So basically, whoever's playing the Texans,
Or the Panthers.
Jets.
Jets, I feel like are gonna win 5 or 6 games this year. I don't think they're gonna be terrible.
So are we doing it though where you can are we doing it where you cannot pick the same team more than once?
Yes, we'll do
See
that
that
for we'll do
that
that
makes it
definitely for Pick'em. I don't know if we'll do that for the
no
underdog though, because
underdog. No, don't do it
it's
for
kind of
underdog.
it's kind of hard to pick a different underdog each week
So
when you don't know who's favored. Anyways, who's your
My
pick and pick
lock.
this week?
My pick 'em pick.
Ooh, I see another good one there.
Is it Baltimore, New York?
You should. Uh, it was Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, actually.
I feel this. Ooh.
Pittsburgh, you got some quarterback controversy. You got three quarterbacks all fighting for that starting job. I think Mitch Trubisky was named the starter there.
Yeah.
But anyways, I
It's
I
either
think Cincinnati's gonna shut him.
it's between that game and then the Jets and Ravens game. I just don't see the Jets winning that. But I don't know if I want to use Baltimore right away. Although the Bengals, I feel like, are a better team than the Ravens. You know what? Ravens. Ravens win.
You're going Ravens? All right.
Ravens win in New York. Let's see. And it
I
says the
think
over.
you should have used your pick on the Bills Rams game.
No, because the Bills and Rams will be playing some nobodies midway through the season, and I can use my pick
I
on
know.
like both of them.
Just I'm just joshing. I'm just joshing. It's okay.
Um,
But
let's see.
anyways,
I'm looking at some of the stuff on the Ravens and Jets game. The over under is 44.5. That's low.
for Ravens Jets,
If I was a
yeah, I'd
betting
definitely
man,
take the over on that one.
if I was a betting man, I would definitely take the over. Unfortunately, the state of North Carolina does not allow me to be a betting man.
I gotta make my money back somehow. This week I bet on the UTSA money line. UTSA lost to 24th ranked Houston in triple overtime.
I saw
I
that. How much did you put on that?
had
Was that a hefty loss?
only 50. It wasn't too bad.
That would have
And
turned out
then
really well though, if it had hit.
yeah, like plus 155 or something. So I hammered that money line. Then let's see. I bet on Oregon to cover. I took your advice. I was like, you know what? I'll take Carter's advice. Oregon's gonna cover. Oregon put up 3 points. Let's
That
see.
was
I took
so
Ohio State to
funny.
cover.
That
I
didn't
took
work.
Ohio State to cover. Yeah, and then I was going back and forth between Florida spread and Florida Utah over under. I took the Florida and Utah over, and it hit by like 2 points. So that was the one bet I won that week. I'm down like $150 now
Well,
or
let's
something
see
like
if
that. So
you want to see if we can make you some money back.
no, I already got my bets this week. I already know where I'm going. So
All right, did you do anything for the Thursday night game?
I'm going to. I haven't put anything in yet,
The only thing I would
because
even
that's just
consider is the over because the Bills and Rams, I mean, I don't that can literally go anyway. Like money line
well.
spread.
There's a deal where uh, if you put if you bet the money line and one of the teams goes up by 7 points, you automatically can cash out your bet. So I was thinking about very doing a very risky play, putting $100 on the Rams plus 110 money line. And so if I win, that would be $210. And then I could cash out if like the Rams get the ball first and score, they go up 7 points. That's an easy 210. But I don't feel comfortable enough with the coin toss and with the Rams getting the ball first and scoring
Hey,
first. So
listen, you know the coin toss. I know a certain YouTuber slash NFL extraordinaire who has put $30,000 on the coin toss in a Super Bowl and lost.
that sucks. But I mean, it's pretty good odds, 50-50.
True.
You already know that you're gonna either win or lose right at the start of the game. You don't have to
Yep.
sit there and watch and wait for it. If your team gets blown out, you don't have to, you know, be emotionally invested in it. It's a quick thing.
All right.
Um,
So looking at
I
this
don't,
here, you know, I do
I
have an I think I should have put my lock somewhere else, but I think I'm good. I could have put it on Denver to beat Seattle, but I don't want to do that. I feel rude.
I think I'll probably put in a money line bet for the Cleveland Browns game. Um,
I would.
let me look at some spreads. Let me look at
Plus,
some spreads.
I'm showing plus 106 on mine.
Yeah, let me look at some spreads here, see what I want to do.
Hey, you should do a
Um,
parlay.
hmm,
Do like a 3 leg parlay.
I gotta make
Put
my money back before I do a
put
parlay.
no, put like $10 on it.
Yeah, I could do a parlay, but
You know what you should do?
I
Here,
don't.
you know what your parlay should be?
What should my parlay be?
Your upset or your quote unquote upset is the Browns, right?
Yeah,
Parlay that with your lock pick and then pick one over under and do it.
yeah, I might do that. I think I might take the Patriots to cover because I don't think the Dolphins win that game by more than 3.5 points.
You think they're gonna win by a
Um,
field goal or less?
yeah, I mean, last
Who's
year,
the Patriots top corner though? Because they don't have J.C. Jackson anymore. Is it still Gilmore or is he somewhere else? No, he went to Carolina like a
Gilmore,
couple years ago.
Carolina now.
Who's their
Yeah, I
top
don't know
corner?
who. I think it's got to be. I don't know. I don't know who their top corner is, but I just we always play them close. I mean, we always win one of the games, we always lose the other. This was last year was the first year the Dolphins swept the Patriots since the year 2000. So,
Wow.
so yeah, that was pretty nice. But we also hadn't lost a game to them in like a few years either, like or lost both games to them in a few years. So that was pretty good. But last year, I'm pretty sure we also opened it against the Patriots. Either that or we played them pretty
You did.
early, and
You opened
we
against
won
them
by
last year. I remember that.
we won by 1 point. So we kept it pretty close.
You know who else opened their season with a 1 point win?
Who's that?
NC State Wolfpack.
I might. Oh, Cardinals spread is 6. That kind of looks
Yeah, that's intriguing.
against the Chiefs in
I've
Arizona.
I will say, here's my take on this. Everybody thinks the Cardinals are like with Kyler Murray are like these big legitimate contenders and threats. I don't think so. I think if the Seahawks had a legit quarterback instead of Geno Smith, we would beat the Cardinals in the division. We would not finish last.
Interesting.
So I
I know
definitely think
Tampa Bay.
the Cardinals are definitely third place in the NFC West this year, and I'm saying they're going to be maybe a game or two, like probably a game within a game of 500.
I know Tampa Bay is going to cover at 2.5. Uh, Green Bay is probably going to cover at 1.5.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's another easy pick. I think Green Bay will definitely cover 1.5 against the Vikings. Who did the Vikings add this year? Did they get anyone notable?
no, they're just kind of rocking with the same people. I
Yep,
mean,
Kirk Cousins and
The
come.
Vikings are good when they're healthy, but you know, you've had Dalvin Cook battling injuries. I don't know who else. I know Alexander Madison stepped up last year when Dalvin Cook was out, but
Yeah,
I mean,
and
there's not a lot going on there.
Kirk Cousins will throw 4,200 yards and 30 plus touchdowns every year, but they'll still be right around 500.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
week one is really tough to try and bet on. You haven't seen any teams in actual like NFL action yet, so
One thing to note is Aaron Rodgers for the Packers played his worst game by far in Week One last year. In fact, if you take out Week One last year from his like total stats, I'm pretty sure he threw like 3 interceptions. But him and the Packers looked pretty sorry against the Saints in the first week. Now I'm not saying that's bound to happen again this year, but who knows?
yeah. Well, other than that, I think we
Looking
pretty much.
looking at this, Titans and Giants or Giants at Titans money line on that for sure. I'd probably even take the spread at 5.5 on that.
Who for Titans
Yeah,
or
Titans.
Giants?
Healthy Derrick Henry. You've got Tannehill.
Are the Titans
Actually,
favored in that game or not?
yeah, Titans are favored by 5.5.
You think they win by more than 5.5?
Yes, Derrick Henry is still the best downhill runner in the NFL, and Ryan Tannehill actually has a challenge for his starting job now. So he can't just sit back and play it safe. He's gonna have to start making. He's gonna have to start playing like an elite quarterback, or his job is on the line. And who they get?
See, that's the
Traylon
problem
Burke
though.
was it Traylon Burks who they drafted to replace AJ Brown?
Yeah, I didn't really like that, but they do whatever they feel like.
I mean,
So,
you trade
you
an
know,
established receiver for an unestablished receiver who is supposed to replace your established receiver. Doesn't
yeah,
make any sense.
yeah, not really. But I always thought the Titans were pretty good. I felt bad that they, haven't really lived up to the hype surrounding them, but maybe this is the year. Who knows?
I've always been a big fan of Derrick Henry. Even out of college, like watching him run at Alabama, I'm like, this dude is incredible.
I've always been a big fan of Ryan Tannehill. He was the Dolphins quarterback, played wide receiver at Texas A&M, came in, got a quarterback job, and then Ryan suck up too. I went and saw them play the Panthers, and I got to see uh, both the Ryans in action. So, that was pretty cool.
Oh, fun memories about that game, chanting and slamming on foldable chairs and
Yep,
screaming.
quite the game.
Oh yeah.
A
Um, let's
good
see.
game, in fact.
Bears and 49ers. Niners crushed them. That's gonna be like Alabama versus Popcorn State.
Yeah,
Um,
there's not a lot of really notable games other than the ones we've talked about. So,
I think Atlanta and New Orleans could be good. And New Orleans is a very intriguing one for me because I want to see how they turn out with Jameis Winston. Because
yeah.
unlike a lot of people, I think Jameis Winston has potential to be like a top 15 to top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
If he didn't throw interceptions, he would be.
Well, he didn't in his like 5 starts last year. I'm pretty sure he only threw like one or two. He had an incredible passer rating. He was doing really good before that ACL tear. But this year we'll find out if most of that was Sean Payton or if he's actually getting better. So I think
Yeah.
him opening up in Atlanta. I mean, you got AJ Terrell over there, but other than that, the Falcons secondary is still kind of lacking in certain departments. So Jameis Winston going over that'll be an easy game for him to start it up. Kind of get back into the groove of playing with the team, and hopefully get him back on the right track because I'm rooting for him.
Yeah. There are certain players you just kind of, can't help but root for.
All right, and then we'll close out with the Monday Night Football game, and I'm totally not biased at all.
All right. Monday Night Football. Is that Seahawks?
That is Seahawks and Broncos. First of all, let's see. 6.5 point spread. Denver covers easily.
Denver covers very easily.
Over
Russell
unders at
Wilson just torches his former
40,
team.
44 and a half. Well, we didn't make. Well, I guess actually we're starting two. I'm pretty sure we're starting two rookie corners. No. Uh-uh.
You're taking the under 44 and a half.
What is that?
Both
22 and 23?
two. Yeah, 22 and 23. Both teams score 3 touchdowns and a field goal and you're over.
But I don't see Geno Smith score. I don't see our offense scoring more than like maybe 15 points.
Okay, you guys score 15
And
points.
and
Overs
then
at
Russ throws for 5 touchdowns.
45.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot
then
about something. We're talking about week 1 through 6 Russell Wilson here, who's like the best quarterback in football.
yeah, I think Broncos could put up 30 and cover and hit
Hmm.
the over there.
Definitely hitting the over. It's Russ's game. Russ's first game as a non-Seahawk, ironically, is at Seattle, which is kind of cool, I think. Um,
Yeah.
Noah Fant revenge game for getting traded. I don't think that'll be as big of a storyline. Of course, you got Drew Lock sitting on
Yeah.
the bench, so that's not really much of a storyline. But
Yeah, that's
I think
a
Russ
mistake.
riding, let's ride into Seattle, and I say they ride out of there with a win for the first
Yeah.
time in what
I mean,
feels like
Drew
forever.
Lock once Seattle starts Drew Lock, they're going undefeated the rest of the year. Drew Lock is the best quarterback in the league. He will put the Seahawks on his back and take them to a playoff.
Drew Lock reminds me a lot of Jameis Winston. I'm not gonna lie. Which take that for what you will, but I they have similar qualities.
Fair
Unfortunately,
enough.
many of them are not good ones.
That's fair.
We played the Cowboys, and I think Lock threw 3 or 4 picks,
Mm,
which was not a good sight to see if you're a Seahawks fan. But it's preseason, so who cares? Unless you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, in which case you definitely care, because that's all you ever win.
yeah. Well, that wraps up week 1 there.
Yeah, let me see. Did I have anything else? Oh yeah, I saw this is completely random. Jake Paul is fighting somebody. Hang on a second.
Cool.
Let me tell you who that is.
Anderson Silva.
Yep, Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. Thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't really find it very interesting, but some people out there have got to probably like boxing, so they'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Soon I got to talk about my trip to Bethpage Black, number 40 in the US.
Oh Lord have mercy. The Angels are about to blow a 3-0 lead. They're like the Falcons in baseball.
Nice.
Anyways,
But
uh,
yeah,
thank thanks for rocking with us, guys. I cannot wait for the start of week 1. This is gonna be so much fun. And yeah, like and subscribe. Go join our Discord. You can talk to us, give us some ideas, give your feedback. And yeah, y'all have a good
all
one.
right. See ya.